times I've felt like, well, why do I have to lose weight? You know, people look at me, but it doesn't really bother them, so why should it bother me? I have to have a motivation.
This is part of our commitment action approach to weight control. The girls meet weekly in therapy sessions where behavioral change is emphasized. Overweight people tend to be dishonest, inconsistent, and irresponsible. How often have we said or heard people say, I don't know why I can't lose weight. I hardly eat a thing. Or, I was nervous and upset. I just couldn't help myself. All kinds of alibis and excuses. Our sessions together tend to debunk these excuses and instead focus on behavioral consistency, control, and commitment with an emphasis on action.
Okay, what are you going to try? You've heard a lot of people talking about it today. What are you going to try?
All right, well, I'm going to go on the quick weight loss diet. And, you know, that's where you eat meat and water. And that's what I'll do all week.
I think you've been sitting around, Karen, waiting for something to happen to you that'll never happen. You've got to make it happen.
Yeah, losing weight's work. I mean, it's not easy. The only way you can do it, don't eat and get exercise. I mean, it just doesn't, oh, I want to lose weight. It just won't come off that way.
Please, Lord.
You just can't lose weight by not doing anything. It's hard.
We had a turkey dinner for our family on Saturday, and then I went out to a movie, and I just forgot that whole day that I was on a diet. I just put it right out of my mind.
You can't do that.
I know.
Because what we're doing is an occupation, not just a hobby.
It is.
This is a whole way of life that we're building for ourselves. It's not just a whim.
I found myself rationalizing the last part of the week, thinking, well, I'll just have another little addition and another drink.
Group members help Judy improve the consistency between what she says she's going to do and what she actually does. If Judy wants to be thin, she has to engage in thin activities, such as eating less and exercising more. Sometimes she sees the problem as impossible to control. We try to help her refute this.
This is what I talk about dishonesty, Karen. You know, it's the kind of thing that Judy's talking about now, kidding herself. You can explain it, and then that somehow makes it okay, doesn't it, Judy?
Yeah. Now that's the thing right there. See, if you can't be honest with yourself, then you can't be honest with us.
It's easy for the girls to pick out flaws in each other, but far more difficult to spot their own emotional hang-ups and do something positive about them.
Well, she can if she's dishonest.
Well, we've been all running from something. We've been closing our eyes and stuffing our mouths. But for one reason or another, but the reasons don't really matter when it gets down to it. If you want to stop it, you have to change your behavior.
It probably isn't a good excuse that I was sick all week. I was in bed and I went to the doctor. And when your throat feels awful, ice cream feels good on it. You know, it just felt so good to have something cold in my throat that I ate. I mean, I don't want, no.
So Dawn's been eating ice cream all winter, the result of another alibi. She could have used ice cubes, you know. We try to help her see herself through the eyes of other group members, to realize her self-deceit.
I mean, I know I can't use this as an excuse on my life, but it made me feel better then. So.
How long do you want to use it as an excuse?
I don't know.
I'd bumped into you 2 or 3 times, you know, during the week, and we talked, and I got the impression you were really sticking with it, and it was obvious you were scarfing up everything in sight, you know. You won't gain 4 pounds by just taking a couple of, you know, extra things, and
You thought she was misrepresenting herself too?
Yeah, I really did.
No, because when I talked to you, that was in the beginning of the week when I was. But the weekends, they just always are bad for me.
You know, Claudia, you're very much like the person that eats very sparingly at the table, but standing up, moving around, eats a lot.
Yeah.
Is that honest?
No.
Nobody cares about a balanced diet. What can a mother do?
Along with some personal successes, there were predictable setbacks. Karen Ruth's old habits don't die easily, and they don't fade away either. Judy goes through the cafeteria line with a glass of orange juice and a toothpick, but when no one is watching, she relapses into her pattern of self-deceit. Her group commitments need strengthening, and it's pretty much the same with Claudia. Her commitments must become permanent and stable if she's going to melt that iceberg. Dawn is still ambivalent about her goals. She doesn't know whether the struggle is worth it at this point or not. But she is thinking seriously about it. Karen has all the answers in the therapy sessions, but at home it's a different matter. Her problem, as with the others, is not only a weight adjustment, but primarily a personal adjustment. Her self-defeating behavior is evident. Making changes is painful for anyone, but especially for these overweight girls.
About being sexy and stuff like that, it just scares me, and I don't want to have to go through that.
You don't want to be sexy?
I want to be kind of neuter, which is really big.
One of the major problems is the lack of dating activity. Most of the girls are not dating, and most of them don't want to, because of their poor self-image and discouraging experiences. Deliberate efforts are made to develop social skills through special assignments, with the goal of improved rapport with the opposite sex.
Everybody's going to have a reason to be unhappy to some extent. But you're taking these reasons and using them as a basis of staying up there.
I'm not worried that I won't get married because I know I will.
Well,
And so that's not my hang-up.
But Dawn, your past history and Karen Ruth's past history indicates that you're both in ruts.
That's true.
And if you don't get out of those ruts, you're going to be in them just like Marty's saying when you're married, as well as you're
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get out of my rut right now.
But part of the rut is not facing up to reality and not being honest.
That's right. But I'm
And
trying to get out
you,
of it.
But you get very angry when somebody tries to help get you out, don't you?
Yeah.
And so
I
it is
really want
painful.
to. I really am trying.
I think you are, because you keep coming in spite of it being painful.
Yeah, I come every week.
The girls are all on their way. Some have lost more weight than others. The commitment action therapy approach has helped them become aware of the need for honesty and consistency. Commitment from day to day and commitment on a permanent basis have been stressed. Behavioral control through keeping records, making plans, and following through have been our focal points. In addition, the group offers concern, support, and warmth.
See, Carol, you've lost about 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about what you've been doing to get it off and keep it off?
This is the thinnest I've been since I was 14. And I finally decided, I used to try and limit the things, like I'd only eat a half a portion of, apple pie with ice cream and cheese, things like that. And I decided that I'm that kind of person who has willpower. I have to completely eliminate the bad food. So, I decided I'm an alcoholic where food is concerned, and that one bite is the start of a 3-day binge. So I just concentrate on proteins and fruits and vegetables.
You had several hang-ups. We've talked about the Noah's Ark hang-up where you were eating 2 of everything, remember?
Yeah.
Has that changed any?
A little. I can't say it's completely changed.
Shauna, you were a late starter, kind of resisted for a long time. What's been happening now that you're on your way?
Well, I think I realized a few things. I didn't, at the first of the group, I think that I kidded myself out of it, and I said that I wasn't really a part of it, and I wasn't really all that fat, when really I am, and I knew that really deep inside because I was real self-conscious about it, but I just lied about it really to myself and decided that I really didn't need to lose weight. And I think now what's happened, I've just started to quit kidding myself and started understanding what I do when I lie to myself like that, and just sort of saying, okay, kid, this is like how you are, so just do something about it, and that's what I'm doing.
I'm really glad that I have lost weight, but I'm really glad for other things that to me are more important right now, as far as the group goes, I'm really thankful that you proved to me that I was being those three things: inconsistent, dishonest, and irresponsible. And I guess that's what I really needed the most, and I've been really happy.
Reed, you know, one thing I've really noticed is that I'm sure that one of the things I was covering up with fat was my inability to react properly to people. I'd get myself in situations and I'd get all upset and tense, and so I would just go eat. And now that I've lost the 30 pounds and I'm back down to almost the same place, it's all come out in the open again. And now instead of eating again to cover it up, I'm going to learn to handle it this time.
I've lost 3 pounds in the last about 6 months.
The girls have lost a significant amount of weight. Some have reached their goal. The behavior patterns, however, will need to be modified further. But now, Judy is dating for the first time. Some of the reasons for her being overweight are melting along with the fat. Dawn is engaged to be married soon. Heather also is engaged. Claudia, she doesn't hide behind her size like she used to. Being feminine can be fun. Personality change is synonymous with behavioral change. Life is much more meaningful when we are in control of our behavior. Whether we are eating, playing, working, or just getting along with others, it helps to be in control. With an emphasis on commitment action encounters, we have watched our fat fighters struggle with some complex problems. Exercising, planning, changing, hurting, succeeding, and setbacks are all a part of the battle. The girls are getting to know themselves.